It's working out okay. Uh, got the microphone. Open my mouth. Da, 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 da. See, I said River was going to be on the camera tonight. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, I might have to play with some of the loop back settings here, actually. Nah, I'll mess with it later, I guess. Okay, let's go ahead and get this going here. Oh, that's good. Yep. This is good. Yay, swimming! Woo! You thought you were a follower before. How do you not following already? Oh, I should have synced up the camera by audio because right now it's trying to track my mouth. So I should have done that. Like I'll open up my mouth like like all the way like that. But I'm just gonna play the original Robotic Notes Elite, which is actually based off the original series, and I'm like wonking out my eyes right now. Oh, I should have reset the eyes though.
お前たちに全人類の希望がかかっていると誰かが言った。でも俺にとってはそんなこと興味はなくて、これは所詮自分の中の衝動を満たすためのもの。
Okay, feeling a little bit selfish here.
最強のライバルとこのシチュエーションで戦えるなんてゾクゾクするじゃないか。それが不謹慎だと言われようと構わない。綺麗事じゃないんだ。興味があるのはただ全国ランキング1位のやつを倒してその頂点全員一になることだけ。その先にあるもの、その先なんて何もない。何もないんだ。それでもいや、だからこそ求めるんだよ。だって俺は英雄でもなく軍人でもなくロボットアニメの主人公でもなく、電源供給開始。
I'm trying to remember how this series goes because I remember watching it a really long time ago.
システムリンクオンライン。
マイクテスト。カイ、なんか喋って。
おじゃりもんせ、ノッチーよ。
感度良好。全員一言ずつ。
テステス。
すごい一体感を感じる。
Oh, I didn't think about moving the camera. Oh no. Hang on, I'll move the camera just a smidge. That way you just have like a corner of like a cat right here.
はい、オッケー。
Alright, see ya swimming. Oh, you know what I should totally do just to mess with you if you're still here. Let's say, yeah, let's go with this one. Oh, hey! Hey, swimming! Ay, ay, ay! Ay, 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 okay, I'll stop. Thrown in a fireplace kind of situation. There you go.
とっくに接続済みだよ。ていうか、なんで赤なの？アキちゃんの趣味。
通常の3倍で動ける気になるでしょ。
Just because it's red doesn't mean it goes faster.
OS 正常に起動済みだし、テラ安定。うちの顔見えてる？
Yeah, we can see everybody.
各サーボ、ホームポジションの誤差は 1% 以下。
それだけあれば十分。
各種アクチュエーターすべて正常。ジャイロセンサー、オートバランサー異常なし。チェック9番から16番までは飛ばし。
Is this some sort of cat hacking game? No, I said River was going to be on stream tonight, and here she is. This is literally River. That she looks exactly like me right now.
見くびらないでもらえますか。僕を誰だと思ってるんです。
ああ、悪かったよ後輩。
はい、次 DG297 起動。
If the game gets too loud or anything, or if audio is imbalanced right, just let me know.
起動しました。
レーザースキャナー左右ともに異常なし。
周辺マップロード開始。3メートル、5メートル、7メートル、10メートル、15メートル、20メートル、範囲最大。地形判断用 AI 正常。大丈夫だ、問題ない。カメラテストどうぞ。360度カメラ対、ちゃんとシートベルトは締めてる？
もちろん。シート固定解除。くるくる回ればいいんだよね。カメラ連動確認。目が回る。
Oh yeah, full VTuber time. This is River. I'm not joking. Like, if you were to look at River, like if you've seen pictures of her, she looks exactly like this.
こっちもモニタで確認しました。
I really do want to test to see if how well it runs actually, because I totally forgot I have a license for face rig.
座標固定スタンバイ OK？
ちょい待ち。調整完了。いいよ。
座標固定来たこれ。
その変な言葉遣いいい加減やめてくれないか。
だが断る。
She's sort of the weird one. I remember the series now, and it's starting to piece it all together.
はいはい、限界やめ。よし、チェックは以上。本日2020年2月28日の天気予報をお伝えします。アイリ？鹿児島県種子島屋久島地方は北東の風のち南の風やや強く晴れでしょう。波の高さ
My weekend it's been pretty quiet.
最高気温
Bulba was just finishing up her work and stuff, so I bet she gets home super late at night. So I go to bed the same time as she does, because I got to pick her up and stuff. But I finally have a weekend to relax, you know, and not do anything. Don't have to take care of family or anything like that. But next weekend we'll be going to Pink Gorilla Games on Saturday, and I think we are probably going to go to both locations, both university and the international.
これでロボ部員全員集合したね。できれば歩行テストをしたかったところなんだけど、そんな暇はないからぶっつけ本番だよ。いける？
最初から分かってたことでしょ。今さらノーゴーだなんて言わないでよ。
コンディションオールグリーン。最終判断はゴー。カイ、必ず戻ってこようね。
Yeah, a ton of stores. I tested some of the games last night, and everything works except for one game. I think I got to really clean it up or clean the pins on it real good. Of course, it's the most expensive game.
英雄でもなく軍人でもなく ロボットアニメの主人公でもなく
But you are.
格闘ゲーマーなんだから。頑張れる発進。
Chromosphere inductor. Oh, gotta set the date. Oh, that wasn't me. That was the game.
はい、アップデート終わり。
Whoa. Whoa. Is my computer dying? Uh-oh. I think I just dropped some frames. Oh yeah, we're dropping some frames right now. There we go, now it's back. That was really scary.
どこら辺が変わったのかさっぱりわからないけど。
Wisconsin, there was 2 game stores in Eau Claire area, and one store didn't really have a great inventory, but or volume, like great volume and size, but they did have a few rare games, but they just weren't priced right. And then there was another one that was like part arcade, like pizza parlor. And the guy said, "Yeah, all the games I get are from like this store in Minneapolis or north of Minneapolis."
はいはい。俺の名前は八潮海斗。中央種子島高校普通科3年2組。出席番号26番、成績は中の下。部活はロボット研究部に所属してますよ、一応ね。ロボットのことは詳しくなかったりするけども。得意分野は何を隠そう、ゲームだったりしちゃったりして。
Whoa, video games.
ってあれ
Huh. I let out a tiny sigh and leave the dimly lit robot research club room. Refreshing early summer breeze blows by. It's like night and day compared to the cramped, hot room. The moment I step outside, I stop sweating. With the cool breeze washing over my entire body, I take a look at the surrounding scenery on my phone droid. We usually see lots of typhoons this time of the year, but today seems like a nice day. So I think I'll go ahead and voice out the parts that don't have any acting, I guess. That's how I feel, but if you guys are bothered by that, oh. So, the sky extends high and wide, endlessly blue. It's already turning to the color of summer. This place is about 40 kilometers south of Kagoshima Osumi Peninsula. I live here in Tanegashima, right next to Yakushima, famous for being a World Heritage Site. This island, on the other hand, isn't really noteworthy outside of matchlock rifles and our rocket launch site. Central Tanegashima High is right at the center of the island. It's one of the only 2 high schools in the area, actually. Over 10 years ago, there was an anime set here that got popular, but that's our only real point of pride.
じゃあまあ、アップデートしたことだし、ちょっと試してみますかね。
It's then that I hear a voice in the distance calling for me by my nickname. There are only a handful of people who call me that. Looks like our precious club president is back.
ちょいや、ポケコンで気になるあの子をロックオンしてみるか
Akio Senomiya shows up at just the right moment as I capture her within the screen of my phone droid. We're in the same grade. She's what you'd call a childhood friend. We go by the nicknames Kai and Aki-chan.
あ、またゲームして遊んでる。
ゲームじゃないって、イルオがアップデートしたんでね、それを試してるんだ。アキちゃん、猫耳つけてあげるよ。
Cat ears? I boot up cat ear mode among the app icons in Eero. Here it comes! Oh! Oh my god. I forgot about this. This thing is pretty awesome. Not only does it add cat ears to her head, it also gives her a maid outfit.
カイは本気だな。
Kai is me, of course, short for Kaito. Akio lets out a sigh and takes a sip from the bottle in her hand.
こういうピンチな時は力を合わせて頑張らなきゃいけないっていうのに。
ピンチなの？
ピンチだよ。この状況を見ればわかるよね。
Akio points to the robot club room located next to the soccer club equipment storehouse. I guess people assume this little shed would never be used as a proper club room. Our space has 2 rooms, but one is used for storage, so the only one that can hold actual people is the left room. Okay, God, I cannot read. That said, it's way too cramped with 2 people inside. Try and relax there. I dare you. Even worse, we only have a single lamp and no AC. It's too cold in the winter and too hot every other season. If hard times refers to being forced to spend time in the club room, then I totally get why Akio would say that.
ま、でも芝生は意外と気持ちいいよ。
On days when it's not raining anyway.
そういう問題じゃなくて。
I'm gonna see if I can adjust the audio, because holy shit, the music is like hella loud. We'll turn this down. Sound effect. I'm gonna turn the voice just because. Okay, back. Cat Akio dejectedly returns to the club room after hearing my response. She sits on one of only 2 round chairs in the room and takes a sip of her juice again. As I enter, sweat beads form on my forehead. Summer's only just started, and I'm going to die when it gets going.
今日も教頭先生のところに行ってきたの？
行ってきたけど会議中でまた会えなかった。教頭先生忙しすぎだよ。
Are you sure she isn't just avoiding you? As soon as the school year started, the robot club had its budget annihilated. As the president, Akio has been doggedly? I'm having a moment. Negotiating for club funds, but I can tell they aren't taking her seriously. That said, the fault probably lies in Akio for ridiculously demanding a tenfold increase last year.
部長さんはいろいろ考えなくちゃならんことが多くて大変だね。
大変だけど充実はしてるよ。
Akio smiles grimly and thrusts her fists into the air. Meow!
日々焦りもあるけどね。
えらいえらい。
カイはまるで人事だね。ロボ部はもううちとカイの2人しかいないんだよ。少しはそれを自覚してほしいんだけどな。
The Central Tanegashima High Robot Research Club, also known as the Robot Club. Its history goes 9 years back. It all started with a girl named Misaki Senomiya, a first-year student at the time. Yes, that's right. She's the older sister of the girl pounding in front of me right now. I call her Misane. She made the Robot Research Association, then a year later it became a club in recognition of its achievements. In its golden days, it had nearly 20 members. It even won Robo 1, a Tokyo hobby robot tourney, 8 years ago. Oh god, no, not the butt cheeks. Let them clap! That was then. Now the club is on thin ice, if that wasn't obvious from our club room in total of 2 members.
いや、でもほら、俺ってロボットとかあんまり興味ないし。
知ってる。これだけうちがカイに洗脳作戦を続けてるのに全く効果なしだ。
When Akio says brainwash, she means her efforts to get me to watch all kinds of robot anime. Probably. If anything, her doing it non-stop since elementary school has had the opposite effect. I don't want to touch this stuff.
アキちゃんの熱意は立派だけど、腹回りしてることにはそろそろ気づくべきだと思うよ。
してるかな。
してるね。新入部員が2年連続でゼロなのはアキちゃんが空回りした結果なわけだし。
ああ、そっか。
Until a few years ago, it was a prestigious club, but its rep is so low now that people call it worthless. Ironic considering the rest of the world is going through a robot boom. Till last year, the tech prep room in the main building was our home. It had issues, it was too dark, but it was better than this.
でも聞いてかい、あの人がかつてこう言ってた。
Akio quickly puts on her red-framed glasses. By the way, these glasses are just for show.
まだだ、まだ終わらんよって。
The he she's referring to is a character from a super famous robot anime. He doesn't actually exist.
無駄に前向きだね。アキちゃんらしいよ。
そう？だったらカイも見習っていいよ。ちなみに勝手に猫耳生やさないでくれないかな。
Wow. What? What?
もう怒るよ。そんなアプリは削除。
Fine, fine. I was getting kind of tired of the thing anyway. Plus, it was free. I'll live. I turned cat mirror to... Hey, J Gold. I turned cat ear mode off and deleted it from my phone droid. Yeah, sure I did. I leave the club room behind me and sit down in the shade of a nearby tree. This is my special after-school spot. It's way more comfortable than the club room, as long as it's not raining. It's part of my daily routine to sit here and game. Now that the Eero update has finished, or is finished, it's about time I get started. I whip out my phone droid and boot up Kill Ballad from among the apps.
キルバラ起動。
Tap screen. Okay.
リーダーボードはどうなってるか
The first thing I always do after starting up Kill Ballad is check the leaderboards.
な。やれやれ。
As usual, I can't help but sigh. For the record, my account is Umisho. In other words, I'm ranked 5th place in the world right now. Apparently, Kill Ballad has about 20 million active users worldwide, so being number 5 is pretty amazing. We're playing Robotic Notes Elite. It's part of the double pack, and Elite is the first game. It's based off the manga / anime. I remember watching the anime a long time ago. So this game is going to be very familiar for myself. The top hasn't changed for about a half a year. I want to be the best, so it sucks that I can't break those 4. As you can see, Kill Ballad is a fighting game based on Gun Barrel. It's part of the recent worldwide robot boom I mentioned earlier. Plus, it's based on a legendary robot anime, a huge hit still worshipped as a godly masterpiece around the world. The game was released on the phone droid, a platform everyone owns. It's an indie game, but its combat is crazy deep. These qualities helped Kill Ballad become a huge success, downloaded 50 million times worldwide. That's KB. Honestly, because of Akio, I have no interest in Gun Barrel. I'm just addicted to Kill Ballad as a game. There are even lots of students who play it at school, and yet nobody even bats an eye at our little club. Pretty sad. Yeah, I was messing around with a face rig. I was like, oh, I totally forgot that I have it. Is there actually like gameplay, or is this just? I hope this is just like visual novel.
おっと。
Oh. I recognize the handle of the player I've matched against. Frau Kojiro. This is the creator of Kill Ballad. They're a genius programmer shrouded in a complete mystery. All anybody knows is that they created Kill Ballad. This is my first time getting matched with them. That said, I'd heard rumors that the game's creator was playing online. I guess they were true.
作者と対戦できるなんて光栄じゃないの。
Oh, I got other characters, but I'm just gonna stick with the cat because this cat, no joke. This is River. This is what River looks like. I'm starting to get hyped. I correct my sitting posture. Yeah, let me check my posture. I gotta make sure my gamer position is good. And focus. Show me your moves. Show me your moves. Oh no. Oh no. It's a quick time game. KB doesn't use a stick for inputs. It has a combo system that involves timed button pressing in succession. Whoa, J Gold with the prime! Oh my god! Ah! In general, as long as there's no input error, once the fresh hit lands, you'll link the rest of the combo together. Yay, emote fireworks! I think it's show me your boobs. Show me your boobs. That's hilarious. You heard him, Blake Blair. Add a guy gaming emote to your channel. Maybe I'll do that next time. If there's another emote slot that pops up, I'll maybe do something like that. That said, some of the combos have pretty harsh timing requirements, which means you need a good eye. It's not like your opponent is just going to sit around and let you land a hit. Oh, I swear to God, if they have to make me do this, I'm going to be so mad. Once you're in the top 10 world rankings, battles become more about reading your opponent's moves. Being countered and crushed before you can do much is the norm. Reading your opponent and countering counters is key. In fighting games, it's all about the choices made down to a single frame. You gotta read and make the right choice. That's what determines who wins and loses. Of course, that's not everything. You gotta consider character specs, plus the issues that lag raises, but mastery down to a single frame. That's the height of skill for a fighting game player. I say that, but it's probably impossible to distinguish individual frames by eye. Either way, basically you just have to be constantly watching your opponent's moves. Nonchalant advances, retreats, and even crouching are parts of the puzzle. You have to be able to read into that. I'm back! Oh my god, he's back! It's real. You know, if you do use your free sub, you can get the one and only Blag Bweeb emote. Look at that. Don't you want that? Don't you want to spam that in somebody else's channel? Oh yeah, it'll be here forever. The second you take your eyes off the opponent, they'll strike at an opening. You can never let your guard down. It's also important to be able to make out a player's habits. Being able to see patterns faster changes. Being able to see patterns faster changes your accuracy. Okay. I'm having a reading moment here. By the way, I'm not trying to brag, but my reaction time is pretty good. Wink, wink. This ain't your normal like anime story, I guess. I mean, I already know the story, but I want to see how they interpret it as a visual novel game. I think I average about 4 frames when reacting by sight. That is crazy. I can come up with 4 moves within 8 frames. Oh, my game's oh no! Game stutter. We're dropping frames. We're dying. Oh no! All right, we dropped some frames. I think we're back. I think we're back again. So I'm trying to push the limits of my computer right now by using face rig and stuff. So just a heads up on that. I can come up with 4 moves within 8 frames. This is about my average. When I'm in the zone, I can deduce the winning option within those 8 frames. 2 moves are common textbook options. But one is about getting ahead of the opponent's intentions. The last utilizes a super difficult combo to confuse them. I pick one of these 4 patterns depending on the situation. The confusion combo looks cool but has no real practical use. Sometimes a top ranker's gotta show off, right? Regardless, if I have 8 frames, I can crush any technique that comes my way. Well, if I see it coming. Like I explained earlier, a real fight is about reading moves. That means stuff doesn't always go according to plan. Anyway, let's get this party started.
いやーどうもお目にかかれた光栄です。どうかお手柔らかに。もしもーし。おいちゃんはやらない人か。
Oh, I guess they don't use voice chat.
へえ、結構普通の攻めをするんだ。
Okay.
教科書通りだけど面白みはないかな。対処法も
I swear to God, if there's quick time events, I'm gonna be like, oh God, I'm not gonna react fast enough.
作者だからこその弊害ってやつかもね。な、失礼。
Oh God. Oh, that's not that bad. That was easy. You win. Alright, nice.
はい、ご苦労さんと。さすが作者だけあって癖をよく理解してるよ。でもまあ、だからこそ攻め方がオーソドックスすぎかな。 読みやすかった。同じ期待ってのも俺に有利に
Britta will
働いたか
follow.
らね。
Yay! Thank you for the follow. Oh, we got a message.
ボイチャじゃ無視したのにメッセージ送ってくるなんてどういうつもりかな。
I should open it. Might be bad for the sudden message, lol. I send messages because I never use voice chat. I hate to say this, but people suspect you might be using cheats. Umishoshi. Bacha said your reaction time seemed physically impossible. I mean, that's what the person who reported you said. Lol, crap. If you have anything to say about the authenticity of this rumor, please let me know.
なんだこれ。俺がチート使ってるってそんなのあるわけないでしょ。とんだ言いがかりだね、まったく。
As a fighting game player, being suspected of cheating is the ultimate blow to my pride. Get the hell out of here. I do not cheat. I log off without replying to the message. Who made up a stupid lie and reported me for cheating? I'm really pissed off now. If Frau Kojiro is the creator, then they can just check my account and settle this that way. They wouldn't find a thing.
っていうか、チートなら俺より上位の連中の方がよっぽど怪しいけどね。
I'm not being jealous, I swear. After fighting them countless times, I've got a feel for how they move and play. That's why I'm so confident in my assertion. I can tell whether someone's cheating or not after one match. Gah, this is turning into a bit of a rant. I need to stop while I'm ahead. I look up from the screen, stretch, and put away my phone droid. I don't have much to do, so I stare out at the scenery. Okay. The leaves rustle above my head. There are no students on the courtyard lawn or in the informatics classroom nearby. As for the sports club, they've gone to practice at the Nakatane-cho Central Athletic Park 20 minutes away from here. All I can hear are the cries of crows and other small birds. The gentle sound of plants rustling in the cool breeze. The school is quiet after hours. It's almost as though time itself has stopped. Or perhaps time has left this place behind. Maybe it's not just this school. Maybe the entire island has been left behind.
ちょっと少女趣味すぎっか。
何のこと？
Akio leaves the club room and walks over to me. I guess she heard me talking to myself. Anybody in chat ever watched the anime series or read the manga or anything like that? I remember watching this a long time ago and I really enjoyed it.
おお、哲学的。
She really shouldn't admire me.
別の言い方すると、俺はこれからどうしようって思っただけだったりするんだけど。
これからどうするかなんて決まりきってるよ。
Akio points her finger up at the sky.
なんとしても部費を手に入れる。そして今年中にガンツクワンを完成させるの。
How the heck are we supposed to do that? In April, Akio made an important declaration, her words, not mine, as president. Of course, it was only me there. The plan is to complete gun barrel prototype Model 1, Gun Build 1, within the year before we graduate. And so she requested a tenfold increase to our budget out of nowhere. The VP flipped out and banished us here.
いや、じゃなくて、俺が言ってるのはさ、もう高3でしょ？あと1年もしないうちに卒業だよ。その後どうなるのかなってこと。
There are no colleges here. If you want to go to one, you gotta leave the island. As for work, going off island is the only choice. I've lived here my whole life. I've left for vacations and whatnot, but I've never lived off island. I have no particular aspirations to leave either. It's more of a vague sense of insecurity at having to leave at all.
考えたことないな。
もう6月なのに？
うちは今あの子に夢中だから。
今っていうか、もうずっとでしょ？
Akio truly loves robots from the bottom of her heart.
でもそれにうつつを抜かしてて、浪人だなんてことになったら目も当てられないよ。何しろ、ロボットを完成させた後も、俺たちの長い人生は続くわけだからね。
Completing it doesn't mean we all live happily ever after. Roll credits. we've got regular lives to live.
まあなるようになるって。なんでそんなナイル話題持ち出すかな。
なえるのは確かだね。
もっと希望的観測のもとに突き進むべきだと思うよ。なんだったら走りますか。
どこへ？
夕日に向かって。
自分が走りたいだけでしょ。しかもまだ夕日なんて出てないし。
気分だよ気分。
アキちゃんってたまに根性論唱えるよね。
じゃなくて諦めなければ願いはきっと叶うんだって。
人はそれを根性論と言うんだよ、アキちゃん。キャラ性能のせいで始まる前に勝敗が決まっちゃってることもあるって覚えとくといい。
It's a fighting game thing. So, it's entirely true that I've done no prep when it comes to what I want to do after high school. I blame it on the illusion that time has stopped on the island. It just makes you forget about the future entirely. You end up thinking that things will just go on like this forever. And I don't mean that in the sense that I hope these perfect days will never end or whatever. When time stops, so too does your ability to think. And yet, even when you realize this is the case, it's still a pain in the ass to try and think about what comes next. In the end, I don't care what happens, as long as I can keep gaming. That's right. That's how I continue putting everything off. Yeah, just keep playing video games. Akio stretches out as though she's putting a period on the conversation.
でさ、これから整備のためにハンガー行こうと思ってるんだけどな。
The Robot Club has its own hangar. The dream that Akio and the Robot Club have been working on is stored there.
頑張ってよ、部長さん。
カイも一緒に来てよ。
だったら分かってるでしょ。
またやるの？
当然。いつも言ってるよね。俺を従わせたいなら勝負に勝ってもらわないと。
I quickly whip out my phone droid and take position.
キルバラ一本勝負。やる？
Akio replies unenthusiastically and takes out her phone droid in resignation.
うちが勝ったら本当に言うこと聞いてもらうからね。
No way she's gonna win.
勝てたらね。0-10ではないだろうけど。
0-10 are her odds of winning. 0% chance that she's gonna win. 100% chance that I walk away the victor. I chuckle to myself and boot up Kill Ballad. Wait, can I lose this? I really want to see if I can lose.
手加減なしだからね。これで負けたら400連敗。それだけは。
数字適当すぎだよ。多分それよりずっと俺が勝ってる。
I guess same thing.
ああ、そうきちゃう。アキちゃん、落ち着いてやった方がいいよ。
Oh, stream crashing, ah! We're dying! Alright, I literally won the quick time, it was just YY.
はい、俺の勝ち。
Yeah, maybe Face Rig is killing this machine.
アキちゃん、相変わらず弱いね。
こんにゃろ。
あ、ちょっ。
Akio suddenly starts ruffling my hair with both of her hands. She's always been like this. Whenever she gets too frustrated, she messes up my hair. What did my hair ever do to her?
もっと容赦してくれないんだから。
いや、手加減なしって言ったのそっちでしょ。
Plus, my fighting game philosophy is to always go full power, no matter who I'm facing. Never go full force! I watch with a wry smile as Akio stands up and storms off into the distance. Old Tanegashima Airport. Alright. Whenever I come here, I can feel my spirits being lifted. It makes me want to run around like a dog, to be honest. A heroic piece of music starts playing in my mind. If I'm not careful, I'll start humming it aloud. The old Tanegashima Airport. It's about a 10-minute walk from school. It was closed down 13 years ago and abandoned, so nobody visits it now. It hasn't been maintained for years, so the asphalt is cracked and the weeds moved in like they own they own the joint. I'm just like predicting what it's saying. While spacious, there's not much here. No electricity, and it's flat, which means the wind is super strong. I end up having to hold my skirt down. What? I end up having to hold my skirt down. Still, it's the perfect environment for the Robot Club's hangar. Ordinary high school students would never be able to acquire such a wide, flat piece of land with nobody in sight. The airport apron in front of my eyes is about the size of the sports ground, and an even longer runway continues past it. From end to end, it's about 1,600 meters long. It takes around 30 minutes to walk the whole way. It's also many times wider than a standard road. The spacious sense of liberation is great, something you can never feel on a regular roadway. Right now, Kai's laying down outstretched in the middle of the runway, phone droid in hand. Oh my god, I'm Akio now. Gosh dang it. Okay. I'm not going to voice her as Akio. After I lost to him quite soundly in our kill ballad match, Kai's decided to slack away like no man has ever slacked. But you know what? He still came with me instead of going home, so I can't be too mad. He's just shy is all. I put those thoughts aside and take a key out of my pocket. The Robot Club hangar is at the edge of the airport apron. Apron? Is that really what it's called? Okay, I've never heard of that term. It was originally a parking garage for vehicles used to refuel fire trucks and aircrafts. You might ask, why are we using the airport's parking garage as a hangar? Patience. The reason is inside the building. I don't want to do the Akio voice. I say to myself as I raise the shutters and step inside. It's so dusty in here, it makes me cough. It's making me cough. With no windows to be found, it's fairly dark. Enshrined in the center of the dark space is the materialization of the Robot Club's sweat and tears. The life-size gun barrel prototype Model 1. Nickname Gun Build 1. When the Robot Club was first founded 8 years ago, this was its greatest goal, its dream. A project to build the giant robot of justice gun barrel at life size. Also known as the Gun Build Project. Blake, yeah, it's me. Hey, okay, whatever. It's still incomplete, so the upper and lower parts are kept apart. It'll stand over 10 meters tall when done. The final goal is to have a pilot right inside and move it. The club has been chipping away at this for 8 years. Though, to be perfectly honest, it hasn't even moved once yet. One of the reasons it's taken so long is because high school clubs don't get much in the way of funding. I have a lot of respect for the founder for having the foresight to build a huge robot before the robot boom started. I say that, but the founding member and creator of the Gun Build 1 blueprints is none other than my older sister. She's got serious negotiating skills. When she founded the Robot Club, she also managed to acquire special permission to use this old airport. She even negotiated with the small workshops around the island so that she could get the scraps for free. Heck, she convinced JAXA to give the club parts they didn't need it anymore. It's thanks to her that the Robot Club is still using the old airport hangar and working on Gun Build 1 to this day. All around the world, huge companies are funding giant robot development. They obviously have deeper pockets than us. Compared to their robots, Gun Build 1 is a shabby, derpy-looking, and poorly performing relic. But I refuse to stop working on it. I want to complete it. This is the dream I inherited from the original members of the Robot Club. My sister's dream. Speaking of my older sister, she currently works at a company in Tokyo. She doesn't live on the island anymore. The current, and perhaps last, president of the robot club is none other than me, her little sister. There's gotta be some sort of meaning to all of this. Maybe it's fate? It must be.
秋は何をやっても平凡止まりなのよ。
What the heck? She called me average? Without thinking, I grab my chest. Oh, hello. It's tight. I feel like throwing up. I shake my head and slap my cheeks with my hands.
弾幕薄いよ。何やってんの？
I clench both my fists and psych myself up. I pull a can of oil from the shelf in the corner and pour it into a portable oiler. Even though Gun Build 1 hasn't never actually moved on its own, I still can't slack on maintenance. In fact, without exception, I bet past club members would all say that our main activity is maintenance, not building. You can't build something without parts, and we rarely get any of those. That's why there's been such little progress on that end, so in light of that, we kill time doing maintenance. Since Kai and I are the only remaining members of Robot Club, it falls on me to do all the maintenance myself. Once a month, I spend about an hour chipping away at the task alone. While working, I'm free from unnecessary thoughts. I just want to finish the machine as soon as possible. Even that impatience is blown away, so I honestly don't mind this kind of work.
じゃあやりますか。
With oiler in hand, I crawl onto a shin of the lower portion of Gun Build 1. It's about 1.2 meters high. From that height, I can see Kai laying down on the runway.
手伝え。これは警告ではない。抵抗すれば撃つ。
I hold the oiler like a gun and aim it at Kai.
必殺頑張るアンクストライカーズドドギャ
I thrust out my fist. Of course, the runway is several hundred meters away, so there's no way Kai is going to
ー
react.
虚しい。
I undo my pose. I crawl onto the knee of the Gun Build 1 and pour oil through the joint onto the cam of the servo motor.
この場所は時間から取り残されてるんじゃないかってアンニュイな気分に浸ったりしてね。
I recall what Kai said earlier.
取り残されてる。か。
I never thought I had heard words like that from Kai, the guy who usually just games without a worry in the world. But quite frankly, I don't really get difficult stuff like that. I don't really get stuff. I don't know why I'm just reading this really weird. I don't really get difficult stuff like that. And it's not like I have time to stop and think. This oversized child of mine. I need to complete Gun Build 1, no matter what. If I don't finish him by graduation, there will be no Robot Club members left to inherit the task of finishing him. That's why I need to complete Gun Build 1 with my own two hands, using the 6 months I have left.
これが若さか。
I mutter the words of a certain someone in red whom I admire and continue pouring oil. Okay. I raise my eyes from my phone droid and see that the sky is darkened. I'm pretty sure we're from the perspective of Kaito now. I slowly rise up. I was too engrossed and didn't notice how much time had passed. My head's kind of hazy. I guess my mind is still on the game. Those subtle screen shakes and the pseudo-heaviness in the input response are what I'm all about. Because I was laying on the hard ground, my back hurts. I wonder if Akio is still doing maintenance. I peek into the hangar, but I don't see any sign of her. But I can tell she's here, somewhere around the bottom portion of the robot, below the knee. Akio had crawled into a tight space with a pen light in hand, and is currently doing some sort of work.
メンテ中。
ほら、そこから覗き込まないでよ。
パンツ見えちゃうかな。
見たら怒るからね。
A crouching heavy kick? She's full of openings, so I could guard, counter, and combo off 1/4 of her life.
アキちゃんさ、いつも言ってるけど、制服のままで作業するのやめた方がいいと思うよ。
Akio stores an old t-shirt and shorts in the club room that she could use for messy jobs, but she barely uses them.
だって部室に忘れちゃったんだもん。
She went through the trouble of having work clothes around, yet she always forgets them in the club room.
更衣室もないし。どうせうち以外にここで作業する人なんていないし。
Akio keeps moving her hands as she makes excuses for herself. Is that a subtle jab at the fact that I don't help?
油汚れは落ちにくいよ。
別にいいよ。なんか勲章っぽいじゃない。
ふん。やっぱりアキちゃんってずれてるな。そういうこと言う女子高生ってなかなかいない。
よっと。
Looks like she's finished. Akio comes crawling out. She brushes off her dirty uniform with her hands.
チェック終わりっと。
お疲れ。
She tucks away her pen light. She was probably just checking to make sure everything was still in order.
んで、うちの何がずれてるって？
油汚れを勲章だとのたまう女子高生はさ、そうそういない。
のたまうって引っかかる言い方だな。自覚はあるけどね。
自分を異質だって認められるのはすごいね。
カイは自分を異質だと認めてないの？
俺はゲームの腕は変態的だけど、それ以外は至って凡人のつもりなんだけど。
ゲームしか興味ないカイは十分変人でしょ。
Despite the self-deprecation, Akio's eyes are twinkling as she grasps my hand. Is this bromance? Her hand is sticky with grease, but she doesn't seem to care. Akio starts nodding like she agrees with herself. After washing our hands, we close the garage shutters and lock up. Since there are no streetlights near the abandoned airport, it turns pitch black at night, which is precisely why we need to leave before that happens.
そういえば。
As we walk, Akio suddenly pulls out her phone droid. The Fink toy attached to it swings back and forth. It's grimy as all heck. I keep telling her to replace it with a new one, but she seems to have no intention of doing
さ
so.
っき色を見てたら改装中だったエブリデイが論争になってたよ。
本当に？
ほんと、見たらわかるよ。
Every day is a convenience store near our houses. The only convenience store in Minami Tanecho, actually. They started remodeling about a half a year ago, so it's been closed. Did they just turn it into a new store? Let's take a look on my phone droid. I started Duoluode map. Okay, I have no idea what that is. Sync with Eero? Sure. I use the World Virtual View function in Eero to look at Minami Tanecho. Sure enough, there's Alonzo.
10%。
Says 10% off. Wow.
帰りに寄ってこうっと。
でも人が殺到してるかもよ。
ああ、レジ待ちがすごそう。エブリデイが最初できた時もそうだったもんね。この時ってうちら小学生だったっけ？確かアネモネと同じ年。
Akio abruptly stops talking. Anemone. Huh. Now there's an unpleasant name I'd rather forget.
明日も教頭のところに交渉に行くつもり？
I intentionally changed the subject. For the last 2 or so weeks, Akio has been heading to the faculty room after school.
待ってるだけじゃ何も進まないから。
Oh, instead of Lawson, I was like, man, that sounds really familiar.
無駄に前向きだね。
It's like the 7-Eleven of Japan. Basically, it's like a family mart, I guess you could say, or like a quick mart. I often say those words to Akiho. She's always like this. Overly optimistic.
それだけが取り柄だからね。
Every time Akio returns those words to me, she bashfully smiles.
で、カイも一緒に来る？ねえ来る？
明日は普通で部活には遅れていくから。
それは大変ですね。
Akio laughs in astonishment. Whenever we go to the hangar, we keep our scooters parked in the lot in the front of the terminal. We live in Minami Tanecho in the south. School is 15 kilometers away, so commuted by scooter is allowed. I leave the key in. Nobody around here would steal it, and walking around with it would be a pain in the ass.
まっすぐ帰る？
アキちゃんはどうしてもコンビニに寄りたいんだね。
B コップでもいいよ。
要するに買い食いしたいと。もうすぐ晩飯の時間なのに。
わかったよ。まっすぐ帰る。
体調は大丈夫？
うん、 席。
This is like a ritual for we ride our scooters. I always ask how she feels. If she's not well, we rest. And if she still isn't feeling well after that, we leave the scooters here and go home some other way. She was involved in a scooter accident once. Her injuries were minor, but what if they'd been fatal? I straddle my scooter, put on the ugly helmet required by the school, step on the kick pedal, and start the engine. Akio puts on the track jacket she left on the scooter handle, slips on the same ugly helmet, and we're ready. Time to head home. It takes around 40 to 50 minutes to get from school to Akio's house. By the time we arrive, the sun is long gone. By the way, my house is really close, not even a minute away by scooter. After parking the scooter in front of her house, Akio takes off her helmet and waves to me.
じゃあねカイ。ナッチよ。
ナッチよ。
This is our unique greeting. In the Tanagashima dialect, it roughly means, let's meet again. Misane originally started using it as a code word, so Akio and I picked it up too. To be honest, it's not something that comes naturally. I have to intentionally use it. Only elderly people use the dialect these days. Akio sees me off as I head home. I cast my gaze up at the night sky. The northern region is steeped in red, almost like it's oozing blood. That's the aurora. It's not quite the same as the famous aurora borealis. Everyone knows. And stream's dying. Stream's dying. Stream dying. Okay, we're back. We're back. Okay, it's not quite the same as the famous aurora everyone knows. It's the beautiful one that's kind of shaped like curtains. Apparently, an aurora takes on the shade of color at lower latitudes. The sun is abnormally active now, so this has led to the world being able to see auroras since a few years ago. Back then, I mistook it for a wildfire or something in the distance. But now, I'm totally used to seeing it. I don't really feel one way or the other about it. That color in the sky is just another part of my everyday life. My ordinary, unchanging days. My life on this island repeating endlessly. It's hard to believe that it'll all be coming to an end in 6 months. But for now, I'll just focus on getting home and eating dinner. The sky is so blue, it's crystal clear. Day after day of cloudless skies, almost to the point of tedium. The weather is pretty important around these parts, especially because it rains a lot this time of year. If it's just a light rain, I can wear a raincoat and commute to school by bike, but I'd rather just be nice out. The wind striking my face has the scent of summer, or at least that's what feels like. You know, greenery and stuff. Riding a scooter in the summer is way nicer than during the winter, by a long shot. Although I bet that holds true around the world, not just on this island. Akio is driving in front of me, her skirt flapping around in the wind. Every day I get nervous about her accidentally flashing everyone, but her guard is unexpectedly tight. Okay. We stop our scooters at the convenience store near the school. One might call me a regular here at the Ire General Store.
先に行ってるよ。
I lightly waved at Akio in response before entering the store.
いらっしゃい。
Okay, I remember her now. The girl in the languid attitude sitting at the counter is Mizuka Ire-san. She's the daughter of the store's owner and works here on most weekdays. She's helping with the family business. She was Misane's classmate. In other words, I've known her since I was in elementary school. This older girl who barely even uses makeup has become somewhat of a minor celeb among students at my high school. With her easygoing personality, she speaks openly and frankly with all the youngsters who drop by here to shop. She was half paralyzed in a traffic accident in college, but thanks to the HUG attached to her legs, she gets by. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember she's got assistance. Yeah, that's right. The HUG is a power-assisted suit that quietly hit the medical care market in 2010 before the robot boom started. Despite not being a robot, the HUG rode the robot wave and became huge, with over 3 million units sold worldwide. Even on a rural island like this, you'll occasionally see people walking around with them in town. HUGs even get used for non-medical things. You'll see special features on TV about HUG jogging and whatnot. I lightly nod my head at Mizuka-san.
どうも。今日も綺麗で。
She She herself told me to compliment older girls, so I put her words into practice. Why's she gotta be so mean? I grab the usual 2 bottles of fruit sour melon from the drink counter and bring them to the register.
秋は
先に学校行ったよ。
あいつ私をスルーするとはいい度
高校生は毎日買い食いできるほど蓄えはないんだよ。
スコールは毎日飲んでるじゃないか。
ごもっとも。
次顔出したら2本買わせるからで、はい今日はこれいいのかい。
Mizuka-san grins at me and points at the steamer next to the register filled with meat buns, onko buns, and more.
それは用事がある時しか食べないんで。
好きで食ってたのかと思ったよ。
あんなゲロマズマンを冗談でしょ。
かい、うちの店の商品にゲロマズとか言うな。な。
ごめん。
I try to laugh it off as I hand Mizuka-san the money for my drinks.
そうそう。ミッチーに言っといて。
She grimaces like she suddenly remembered something.
さっさとプロテイン取りに来いって。
ミッチーってこの店でプロテイン注文してんの？なんで自宅に直接送ってもらわないんだろう。
さあね。あいつ、今回は注文したくせに度忘れしてるらしくて、ちっとも取りに来ないんだ。
Under the counter, I see 4 protein bags with 5 kilograms written on them. The company probably shipped them by sea. Oh, Michi is Mitsuhiko Nagafukada's nickname. He's the PE teacher at the school and the club advisor. Simple, right?
それ俺に言うんじゃなくて、ミッチーに直接言ってくれない？電話とかで。
私はポケコンなんか持ってない。知ってんでしょ？
It's weird for her to languidly boast about that. Mizuka-san is bad with machines. She brags about how the only thing she can use are the register and her HUG stuff.
じゃなくてさ、店の固定電話があるでしょうが。
めんどい。
I heard Michi was her classmate and friend, but maybe I'm misremembering?
だからかい、伝言よろしく。
She opens yesterday's newspaper. Guess we're done? She's like a grumpy old man. Poor store clerk behavior. Oof, she's so scary. I thought Misane was bad, but Mizuka-san is no slouch. Why are the women her age so terrifying? Or maybe those two are just special. Ah, crap. I spent too much time chatting with Mizuka-san. I need to hurry or I'm gonna end up late. I reach the school gate and turn off the engine. It's a school rule that once you hit the entrance, you gotta turn off your scooter's engine and push it from there.
おう、おはよう。急げや。
あ、ミッチーだ。
Perfect timing. Michi's at the gate, greeting students as they arrive.
おいおい、やしお。いつも教えてるだろ長深田先生。な、わかるよな。だからミッチーって呼ぶな。
Sir Mitsuko Nagafukada Sensei, the 4th Esquire, is a graduate of the school and is also the first president of the Robot Club. I started calling him Michi because Mizuka-san does. The habit then spread to Akiho.
長深田先生、さっき水香さんの店に行ってきたんだけど、プロテインさっさと取りに来いってさ。
うわー、忘れてた。しかも今日金ないよ。どうするかな。
Michi enters panic mode and clings to me.
な、一つ教えてくれ。イレは怒ってたか？
怒ってたんじゃない。あと、あんまひっつかないでくれる？暑苦しいから。
そっか。いいか、ヤシオ。お前にとっておきの情報を教えてやろう。イレを怒らせるとマジで怖い。以上だ。
I'm just messing with my mouth. Michi's basically a delinquent teacher. Well, he'd better brace himself for the wrath of Mizuka-san. Yay, school's over. I sit down in my usual spot in the shade of the tree by the club room and gaze up at the sky. After school, Akio went to the club room to get the club room key from the faculty room, but she hasn't returned yet. It's been a while. Be a pain to check the faculty room and even more annoying if she got back while I was gone, so I'll chill. The sunlight is getting stronger. The single tree in the courtyard is becoming more and more important. I have nothing to do, so I open the web browser. Oh, I find the headline about a new HUG model in the news column and casually tap on it.
こんにちは。エグゾスケルトン社ではただいまハグシリーズ販売300万台突破キャンペーンを行っております。本日ご紹介するハグ06カルマをキャンペーン中にお買い上げいただいた方全員に漏れなく1万円をキャッシュバックいたします。
Oh, wow.
自動車ポケコンと同じようにより身近により皆様の生活に密着する形であらゆる場面に対応できるハグ、それがこのカルマです。
Whoa.
コンセプトは一家に一台の時代へ。
I really don't remember this.
メンテナンスを可能にし、一度の充電による連続稼働時間も大幅アップに成功しています。性能についてはハグ05よりも全体で 15% 向上し、 100m 走で最速9秒59、垂直跳びで最高 4.92m を実現しました。従来のシリーズよりもさらに学習機能を向上させたハグ用 OS は、装着者のわずかな肉体の緊張からその後どう動きたいかを自動的に判断します。そのためより効果的効率的にフォローすることができるようになっております。ハグ06カルマは全国のエグゾスケルトン社ディーラーにて予約を受け付けております。おかげさまで多数のご予約をいただき、現在からのご予約ですと発売日にお届け
Frame drop.
ご了承ください。あなたさえる心でありたい。エグゾスケルトン社は皆様との出会いを
Oh, camera just died. I'll just turn it off. Yeah, I don't think my computer can stream and handle a face rig at the same time. It's weird because I'm looking at my resource monitor and it says it's fine. I just think it's because the face rig software is pretty intense, I guess. Is my game broken? What the heck? I'm not joking. My game, I think my game froze. Like, I'm seeing the same thing you guys are. Like, if I'll press the home button. Oh my god. Okay, now it just started working. Okay. How long has it been since she started appearing on TV like this? After graduating 6 years ago, she went to college in the Tokyo show. Alright, I need to read the log. Is there a backlog? I gotta go back. Okay. As expected, Misanae was there. How long has it been since she started appearing on TV like this? There we go. She started doing PR work after her talents were recognized. She even makes appearances on TV as a HUG test pilot. Commercials, leading HUG demos, even working as advisor for HUG Spark. HUG... Can I just call them Hugs? I'm just going to call them Hugs from now on. A Hug martial arts tournament. Misanae is everywhere. Considering how active she is, it's no overstatement to say that she's crazy popular. Hell, people online refer to her as the pretty ex-gay PR girl. She's more popular than your average pinup model. But all I want to do is scream out to the heavens. Don't be fooled, people. The Misanae on TV isn't the real deal. Jeez, I can't even begin to count how many times Misanae made me brawl when I was in elementary school. Just thinking about it gives me chills. Huh? It's from Akio. Strange for her to call me while we're at school. I answer and Akio's face appears on the screen. Oh, okay. So this whole entire time, I've been pressing the buttons, and I did not know this, You know, normal games, you can press A to continue. If you want to pause the game, sort of, but leave the screen up, you can press the B button. You can also use the D-pad or the analog sticks to keep moving forward, and I accidentally pressed B, and it takes away your text. It's sort of like, it locks it in so you can't proceed.
なんで？
ねえ、それより宿題やった？英語の。やってないよね。
Why is she so sure of that? Not that she's wrong, but I shake my head. For some reason, Akio smiles happily.
うちも。
宿題っていつまでだっけ？
明日。
Oh, we got English homework tomorrow.
だからさ、合宿しようよ。宿題合宿。
自力でやるつもり？
ラッキーなことに時間はまだあるし、2人分の頭脳が揃ってるし、分担しよう。あの人もかつてこう言ってた。戦いとは常に2手3手先を読んで行うものだって。
今のアキちゃんは一手先すら読めてないと思うよ。でもまあ、2人で分担する作戦には賛成。
そうこなくちゃ。
She's completely forgotten about cornering the vice principal. I guess we'll use our club time today to finish homework.
こうなるのを予想して、いつか姉のところにもう来てたりするんだ。
へえ、2手3手先を読んでるね。
でしょ。
I'll let her be happy with this victory.
腹が減っては戦はできぬだよ。なんかお菓子いる？リクエストあるなら言って、買ってくから。
ゴチになります。
寝言は寝ていってくれるかな。後でお代はもらうからね。
そりゃ残念。
会への差し入れなら私が選んであげるよ。
I hear Mizuka-san's voice on the other side.
なあ、アキちゃん。水香さんの言うことは聞かなくていいから、フルーツサワーメロン買ってきて。
なにさ、いつものじゃないのか。
Mizuka-san sure is persistent. Besides, if I have the usual, I won't be in any condition to study.
じゃあ買ってくね。部室じゃなくて教室で待ってて。
ふん。少しでも自力でやっとくかな。
Akio didn't take long to get back. We studied our best until sunset, but couldn't finish in time. I guess I'll just do the rest at home. Oh, it's still the same day? Once again, Akio charges off to the faculty room after class. It's stupidly hot outside, so I'm waiting in the classroom today, looking at Twippo to kill time. Twippo, Twitter. Twippo is a social media platform with limited word count posts on the internet. Are you kidding me? Come on. Phone droids have their own app for it. Each post is called a tweep, and they form a timeline on screen based on when they were posted. If you follow someone else's tick count, it'll display their tweeps in your timeline too. I'm following around 100 people. If you follow a lot of people, your timeline basically gets flooded with constant updates. It's a real pain to try and keep up with all like that, so you can split tweeps into multiple lists. List A is for Robot Club members, and I guess you could say friends. Till last year, our club had more than 2 people in it. Given our current state, Akio is the only one in List A. List B is made up of real-life acquaintances and people I know online. It includes family, Akio's family, Michi, and a few others. I have no friends around my age, and I don't follow many of the classmates. Thus, List B is mostly adults. Yeah, tweeps. List C is for others. That includes journalists in Tokyo and the official accounts of newspapers and news sites. If I look at List C, I can get a pretty good idea of what's going on in Tokyo. I don't really use List D. Even with the list split, they refresh within hours. I keep telling myself to at least check Twippo once a day. Twippo, while browsing, you can switch the list to display it with the L and R. As I scroll up and down my list, oh, I just pressed something here. Oh, I just skipped ahead. Okay, I just accidentally skipped ahead. Okay, I just skipped ahead. I don't know what I did. I must have made some weird change.
ちょっと頼みがあるんだけど。
One of my few classmates still around on cleaning duty talks to me.
私帰りのバス遅れそうなんだ。ヤシオって暇でしょ？悪いんだけどゴミ捨て変わってくれない？
Wow, they couldn't afford like putting her model in there?
ヤシはほら無駄だから。
え、でも暇そうじゃん。
It's not that I look like I have free time. I do have free time. But I'm currently stuck in this room. Who knows when the Madam President is gonna get back. I decided to turn down her request in the only way I know.
変わってもいいよ。
本当？助かる。
ただし
However, you want me to do something, you have to beat me in a match.
勝負に俺に勝て
あ
ばゴミ捨てでも何でも変わるよ。
は？私急いでるんだけど。
だから無駄って言ったろ。いつものことじゃん。ヤシオに頼むのが間違ってんだよ。
もういいよ。何が勝負よ。バカじゃない。
Still muttering complaints, the two pick up the trash cans and exit the classroom. I'm alone now. Wait, if Hayakawa was seriously about to miss her bus, why couldn't Takahashi take out the trash alone? I considered shouting that at them, but that'd be belligerent even for me. I'm aware that people consider me a pain, but this is my policy. I have no intention of changing it. Just when I'm finally about to enjoy a match of Kill Ballad, Akio returns with the clubroom key in hand. The key is stored in the faculty room, so she has to go and pick it up every time we have club. We already know this! We already know this!
はいはい。
I stand up from my seat. We exit the classroom and walk together toward the classroom.
教頭いた？
いなかった。思ったんだけど、教頭先生って最近学校来てないのかも。回も見てないよね。
I shrug my shoulders, indicating that I haven't.
ミッチーなら知ってるだろうから問い詰めてみよう。
めげないね。すっぽんわきちゃんって呼んであげるよ。
何それかっこ悪い。何せよ、部費をもらえなきゃ何も始まらないんだよ。もう2ヶ月近く放置だし、このままずるずる。
Subaru. I remember him. The moment she sees a certain male student, Akio winces. His name is Subaru Hidaka, and he's a second year. You could call him Akio's arch nemesis. At the same time, you could say he's the one person Akio won't give up on trying to win over. I can already see the sparks flying violently between them.
やーやー、日高くん。
Despite feigning cheerfulness, it's pretty clear that she's afraid of the younger boy.
ここで会ったが1年3ヶ月目というわけでさ、ロボ部に入って一緒に正義の巨大ロボを作ろうよ。
三流ロボ部に入るつもりなんてありません。
Subaru Hidaka perfectly KOs Akiho.
もう20回以上そう答えたはずですが。
でもほら、ロボ部にとっては日高くんの技術力が必要なの。
関わり合いになりたくないんですよ、ロボ部とは。失礼します。
Without even a nod, Subaru Hidaka changes from his indoor shoes to his regular ones, then leaves.
あいつ、絶対ロボ部に入れてやるんだから。
Akio's face is bright red. She looks like she's going to start stamping her feet in anger.
あんなに嫌われてるのに、アキちゃんもしつこいね。
また一言。
I haven't the slightest clue why, but Subaru Hidaka is actively hostile towards the Robot Club. He was the one student who came to watch our club last year, but it wasn't long before he called us third rate. I get it. In terms of technical skills, Subaru is on a completely different level. In junior high, he apparently entered Robo 1 solo and won third place. He never entered again after that. According to Michi's info, he's even capable of repairing broken wristwatches. I understand why he looks down on us to an extent. If he ever joined the Robot Club, he'd immediately be our ace. Heck, even though he's younger, he'd probably make a better club president than Akiho.
俺たちが三流っていうのは確かでしょ。
カイがそういうこと言わないでくれるかな。
事実は事実として受け入れないと。
分かってはいるけど、はいその通りですなんて言えるわけないってば。
All sorts of people make fun of our little club. It wasn't nearly this bad when Akio and I joined up as new students. It's hard to say where it began, but I think it was after last year's new student club orientation. The seniors in club weren't the public speaking types, so Akio gave the speech instead. That's where she screwed up. Akio made a showy intro video about Gun Barrel Prototype Model 1 and the club members maintaining it. The BGM for the video was the Gun Barrel theme song, sung by Akio herself. I'm sure you can imagine how all of this went over. And so the only student who came back to check our club out was Subaru Hidaka. He must have come to pick a fight. This year, Akio and I ended up alone. She did her best to learn from her prior failures and didn't show the robot. But mid-speech, Akio had an attack and was sent to the infirmary. Since I don't care about robots, it was over. So it made total sense that we couldn't get any new recruits. Plus, right after that, Akio requested a tenfold increase to our budget. The student council and VP snapped. As a result, even the underclassmen got a bad impression of Akio burned into their minds, and so our club and the gun build project became objects of ridicule. Students started referring to it as a homegrown scrap. Sure, compared to the high-tech robots being made by huge companies worldwide, ours is both ugly and super low spec. I've heard folks say that if it hasn't been completed after 8 years, it'll never get finished. They say it's a waste of club funds and that the budget would be better off given up to other clubs. I can't argue with that. Hell, if you could even argue that a robot club hadn't been given too much special treatment up until now. And all that was because of the groundwork of Misane put in as the founding member of the organization. Since we're clinging to the work that others did before us, I'm sure the school looks at us like we're parasites. Anyway, I'm planning on really throwing myself into Kill Ballad today. I think to myself as I set down my bag in the club room. Akio says to herself and starts fiddling with her own phone droid. Anime appears on screen. Jeez, is the climax right at the start or something? It only took her 5 seconds to recharge. I gotta hand it to her, it's impressive that she's recovered so quickly. She's even posing. Akio is always like this with anime. The two of us can barely sit comfortably in here, yet she's flailing wildly. If only she'd just go outside. Oh, and how in the heck does she get so excited over something she's seen countless times? I ask without thinking too deeply about it, and Akio's expression morphs. She shoves the tablet in my face. How's she not? Now that I think about it, she was shouting its name earlier. May not know much about robot anime, but that was a dumb question even for me. Akio's getting about as heated up as I expected. She's clearly still annoyed from her earlier encounter with Subaru, and she's more charged up than usual. That being said, she doesn't show me Gun Barrel. It's more like she watches it and I happen to be in the room. Akio points at the tablet hanging from my waist. Akio picks up the Blu-ray disc package sitting on the desk and points at the picture on the jacket. She drops a frown and returns to a smile. By the way, that's the only Blu-ray disc we have. Hell, the club room doesn't even have a Blu-ray disc player or a TV, so it's useless. Akio shrugs her shoulders in exasperation and for some reason pulls out the whiteboard in the corner.
興味のない回を今日こそ洗脳してあげよう。
Seriously? She always goes on forever.
まずはじめに頑張れるは神アニメである。
Here comes the hyperbole. Or hyperbole, but hyperbole! I can say it! I can say it!
ブルーレイの売上枚数は未だに世界一。
In the age of the phone droid, everyone switched to cloud storage when it comes to media. Nobody buys stuff on discs. I mean, who does that? Who buys anime? Of course, I don't dare voice any of this, and as it just make her talk longer.
やっぱりロボットアニメは最高だよね。日本人の男の子はみんなロボット大好き。
I'm pretty sure you're a girl, Akio.
昭和の時代にあの鉄腕少年がお茶の間に登場して以来、ロボットはともいわばジャパニメーションの象徴。それが人型のロボットに対する価値観が違う海外じゃ絶対に描けないものなの。確かに逆に日本人にしか理解できないものって言われちゃってたりもしたけど、でもね、
I like how we're talking about an anime game, or an anime within a game about an anime.
頑張れるも
We're going meta.
日本のアニメスタジオが作ってるんだけど、まず海外から放映を開始したの。日本の放送開始はその
Whoa, whoa, whoa! An anime that aired overseas first before Japan? Like a whole 6 months?
その頃には世界中で熱狂的
That doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry.
その熱狂に引きずられたわけじゃないけど、日本でも当然のようにすごい視聴率を叩き出してブーム到来ってやつですよ。しかもね、終わり方もただの終わり方じゃなくて伝説級なんだよ。
I've legit heard this a billion times.
3年間続いたテレビシリーズの最終回はなんとまさかの放映中止。
Oh, there's a final episode that was not aired? Okay, I don't remember that part.
世界中でファンが暴動一歩寸前まで行ったぐらい大騒ぎになったんだから。その最終回はブルーレイにも収録されてないし、関係者も誰も話したりしないして一切謎に包まれてるわけ。あれからもう4年くらい経つけど、未だに最終回はどんな内容かを予想してる人がたくさんいる。それだけじゃなくて、最終話のマット動画がネットには大量に溢れてる。ファンの中には放送しないことこそが頑張れる。
I'm pretty sure Japan calls cartoons like, oh, it's SpongeBob. I think they call them cartoons.
うちはこの最終回、スタッフの壮大な挑戦状だと思ってるんだ。とにかく最終回が幻のまま放映されなかったことで、頑張れるは一気に神アニメに進化したことは間違いないよ。っていうか、今の世界的なロボットブームは頑張れるがきっかけだっていう説もあるくらいなのさ。
She sure can talk. I just want to go play Kill Ballad.
頑張れるは今でも世界中で愛されているアニメだし、これを超えることはできないでしょ。
そうそう。頑張れるはさ、過去のロボットアニメと比べてどこが優れてるかって聞かれると、ってなっちゃうんだ。でもなんていうのかな、ロボットアニメの半世紀の歴史の集大成って感じなの。誤解を恐れずに言えば、歴代の名作ロボットアニメのいいとこ取りかな。ストーリーだって古き良き王道ヒーローものだし、でもその王道をとことんまで突き詰めてる。
Whoa, whoa, Sonic X didn't air the 3rd season until this year? Like, when did it come out? Like, in America? Like 10 years ago or something? I've never watched any of the Sonic X.
だからこそ
2005? Are you kidding me?
どう？今ものすごく見たくなってきたでしょ。1話から全話マラソンしたくてたまらないでしょ。ね。
Akio's eyes sparkle as she attempts to instantly appeal to me. She's like a little boy talking about his hero. Heck, even I'm starting to get excited. Just kidding.
それでも俺は興味ないけどね。
もうひねくれ者。
っていうか、 ロボットアニメについてそこまで熱く語る女子高生なんて飽きちゃうくらいだよ。
また洗脳失敗か。もういい。続き見る。
Is there like a Sonic movie? Oh, I didn't know if there was a Sonic movie. The only Sonic movie I remember was the one that was like early 90s and was like the Sonic CD kind of like movie kind of quality. Akio sulks and goes back to appreciating Gun Barrel. Uchugaoka Park, Tanagashima. The metal tower stands high above ground, quietly but accurately transmitting its noise into space. It's as though absorbing the sound from its surroundings, converting it to the noise it emits. Oh, the live action movie! I'm sorry, I thought it's like, oh, they made like an anime movie or something. The chirps of cicadas and crickets. The flaps of bird wings, even the sounds of leaping insects. No matter how carefully one listens, such sounds do not exist here. There. Blah. In the center of the tower, in a space 30 meters in radius, is what could be a geyser of death spewing into hell. The grating sound is like a scream from the underworld.
実証実験経過
In this space filled with the silence of death, a young girl whispers.
ナンバー2887をお伝えします。
Her bare feet produce no sounds with each step she takes, as she looks up the sky and whispers to nobody.
日本標準時西暦2019年6月12日18時
Swimming subscribed! Thank you for the sub. She holds a single pure white feather in her hand.
状況には変化ありません。
She whispers mechanically with no signs of emotion. Ayaya! Ayaya! yeah, just imagine. Okay, so I'm starting to remember this. I'm starting to remember the anime now. I'm starting to piece it all together, and I really want to share like, oh my gosh, this is what's happening. Okay, she shows no sign of minding the noise.
以上実証実験経過ナンバー2887をお伝えしました。
Just then. Oh, okay, so it's not face rig, it's my computer that's screwing up. Hold on. I'm dropping bits again, or I'm dropping raid again. It's gotta be me. Oh, I didn't know I can pin it. Okay. I'm gonna pin that. I'm gonna pin that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's really strange. I thought it was face rig, but maybe it's my internet connection. Maybe I might need to fix that later. Just then, the wind blows. It's strong enough to cause the plants to sway. However, neither the girl's hair nor the edges of her soft clothes budge an inch. Only the white feather on the girl's hand floats gently into the air. It melts into the dust-colored sky, while her gaze follows the feather's path. Oh, I pressed the B button. God damn it. The girl, expressionless until then, narrows her eyes in a somewhat heartrending way. She quietly speaks into the wind.
その目誰の目？
The first bell of the morning rings as we exit the bus and head for the entrance. It's the next day.
うわ、鳴ってる。
Akio doesn't even bother opening her umbrella as she steps off the bus and makes a dash for the entrance.
カイ、急がないと遅刻になっちゃうよ。
She briefly turns back to me, but I wave her off with my hand. I'm sure that'll let it slide if I'm a few minutes late. I stroll to the entrance by myself. At that moment,
スーパーリンペイ。
I hear the strange shout of a girl and stop cold. That voice just now came from the gymnasium, didn't it? The door is still open, so I take a look. I see a lone girl inside. The first bell already rang, so what's she doing? There's nobody else around. The judo club uses the gym for morning practice, so I assumed she was one of them, but there's no judo gi in sight. On closer inspection, I recognize her small animal-like stature, short haircut, and boyish baby face. I'm pretty sure she's one of my classmates. What's her name? Crap, I can't remember. I don't think we've ever really spoken to each other. I looked through the tag information on my phone droid. Oh, right, she's Juna Daitoku. Now I remember, we were in the same class last year. And she's in the karate club? Yeah, that matches up. She must be doing a kata right now. She silently yet furiously repeats a series of defensive body moves. The combination of precise movement and silence creates a unique sense of tension in the air. The speed at which she moves her fists is hard to follow by eye, and her occasional jump kicks are razor sharp.
でもあんまり迫力は感じないな。
Maybe that's because she looks like a little boy. Or are katas like this no matter who does them? Anyhow, why is she practicing at a time like this? And in her school uniform, no less. She lets out a kind of cute shout as she thrusts her fists in front of her. She straightens out and bows. I guess she's done. She wipes the sweat off her brow like she's just finished a hard day's work and turns to the exit gymnasium. That's when she notices me. Our eyes meet. To be honest, we aren't familiar enough to exchange morning greetings. Heck, I have no idea if she knows who I am. But now that we've clearly made eye contact, I just can't walk away without saying anything. I decided to greet her.
おはよう、大徳さん。
ヤシオくん、そんなところにいて濡れちゃわない？
She seems to remember my name at least.
まあ、少し。
もしかしてずっと見てた？
見てたよ。
そっか。
She starts squirming, her face bright red. She looks even more like a small animal now.
いつもこの時間にあれやってんの？
今日はたまたま今朝弟が風邪ひいちゃってバタバタしてて。へえ。それで今見たことは誰にも言わないでほしいな。
なんで？
だって恥ずかしいもん。
そうなの？
そうだよ。
It's not that embarrassing. Ugh. For some reason, we stand around silently for a while. This is really awkward, I'm not gonna lie.
それよりよれなっちゃったよ。早く行かなきゃ。先生来ちゃう。
ああ、そうだった。
じゃあ、先行くね。
Juna Daitoku says hurriedly and runs off towards the entrance. Her steps are light, like she springs on her feet. From behind, she looks like a junior high boy wearing a sailor uniform. It's kind of charming. Whoa, what? Kai, what are you trying to say? I glance outside the window and see no sign of the rain stopping. It's been coming down hard since this morning. It's a little chilly with short sleeves. But hey, it's finally lunch break. I watch my classmates pull their lunches out from their bags. The class rep stands in front of the blackboard. I'll be collecting money for lunches now. Now, what should I do? It's raining, but I'm thinking I'll grab some bread at Misuko-san's store and...
普通科3年2組ロボット研究部の瀬宮明穂さんと八代海斗くんは至急職員室に来なさい。繰り返します。
Am I busted? What did I do? I didn't do anything wrong.
ロボット研究部の瀬宮明穂さんと八代海斗くんは至急職員室に来なさい。
Yabai.
何それ。
I'm momentarily dumbfounded by the sudden broadcast. Akio quickly stands up from her seat. When our eyes meet, she flashes me a triumphant grin.
時は来た。
I don't think
そ
so.
のリアクションはどうかと思うよ。
Usually if you get called in, it's a bad thing. Robot Club goes to prison. Our classmates are giving us weird looks.
一体何やらかしたんだ？ついにロボ部に配布宣告なんじゃないか？
No, don't disband us.
配布される前に教頭と勝負してきたらどうよ？
No, that's true. Ignoring their heckling and questions, I shrug my shoulders as I exit the classroom. Akio follows after me. She looks excited. You could say there's a twinkle in her hope in her eyes. Her whole posture speaks to how happy she looks.
今の放送の声、教頭の臼井先生だよね。
Oh, it's the vice principal. We've been waiting for them.
さあね、あんまり
く部費の件だよ。教頭先生、ようやく会ってくれる。
I don't think so.
たぎってきた。
She's been gone for a while, so I don't think she's gonna give us any money.
的観測でいいのかな
I don't remember, but let's just say.
っていうか、なんで俺まで呼び出されるんだろう。
We're dropping frames. Okay. Oh, we're back. Okay, it's got to be my internet because my CPU barely spiked. It's like 10% spike.
カイだってロボ部だからに決まってるでしょ。さあ、行くよ。
I follow the high-spirited Akio to the faculty room, gently running my hand over my stomach. Couldn't this have waited till after I had lunch?
失礼します。
Akio yanks open the door and announces her arrival in a loud voice, boldly stepping into the faculty room. I politely nod to the faculty around us and follow her inside. Yeah, it was my bitrate. It wasn't the computer, but it was the bitrate internet. As I explained, this whole thing started with Akio. In April, there was a student council meeting. Club budgets were being determined there, so Akio attended and demanded a tenfold increase to our funding. I did my best to stop her beforehand, but despite the club being a shadow of its former self, it was well funded. Other clubs complained about it all the time. Akio just had to go and throw oil onto the fire. She refused to back down, and naturally, the council had enough of it. Akio got in trouble since once the VP caught wind. Things got worse when she started making her demands directly to the vice president. It certainly didn't help that Akio wasn't the least bit reluctant. Or sorry, I don't know why I said reluctant, repentant. In the end, the VP lost her mind over it. And so here we are, with all the funding of the Robot Club on indefinite hold. Clearly, she wants us to cool our heads. That about sums up our current state of affairs. Got it?
教頭先生、ロボ部の瀬宮明穂と八潮海斗です。
Oh yeah, this vice principal. Vice principal looks at Akio and responds with silence. I retreat when faced with her intensity. Vice principal is Sui. Started working at this school 4 years ago. I don't think I've ever seen her smile. She seems like a stubborn mom who'd be obsessed with how her kids are taught. She's always strict too. During assemblies, she barks at her orders at the student body using the mic on stage. It's a sight to behold. People here are fairly easygoing, which makes her pretty unusual. But I guess there are faculty who don't live here. Nonetheless, the vice principal looks at me menacingly, like as always today. It's extremely clear to me that she's in an awful mood. I don't think this is going to end as well as Akio seems to believe.
部費の件ですよね。ようやく決断してもらったみたいで、ありがとう。そうと決まれば善は急げです。今後のスケジュールを考えると、今すぐにでも欲しいんですけど。
Akio's words and actions, while innocent, are putting me on edge. Who knows when the vice principal is going to flip her lid at this point?
瀬宮さん、どうやら頭はまだ冷めていないようですわね。では、あなたが正当だと考える非常識な部費請求の理由について改めて聞きましょうか。
The fact that she's not getting angry is scary and of itself. She'd normally start freaking out right about now, but this calmness makes me feel like she's in control. Not good.
やだな。それはもう何度も話しましたよ。
改めてと言っているのですよ。
Akio flashes me a troubled expression for just a moment, straightens up her back, and starts explaining.
来年の2月に東京万博が開かれます。今回の万博は別名ロボット万博って言われてるくらいで、世界中のロボットが集まってくると予想されてる。で、ここからが重要なんですけど、万博期間中に全ての出展作品を対象にコンテストが行われます。そして最終的にグランプリが選ばれる世界で最も優秀で洗練されたロボットが決まるわけです。しかも今回の万博はこれまでと違って一般参加が許されてます。コンテストの対象にもなります。というわけでうちらロボ部はこの東京万博に正義の巨大ロボット頑張れる試作1号機で出場します。でもあれを完成させるには今の部費じゃ全然足りなくて、半年後の完成に間に合わせるには少しでも多くのお金をつぎ込むしかないわけで。
Yep, this is Akio's reasoning. She's determined to enter her club into the Tokyo Expo. This is one dream she refuses to budge on. Hell, I want to support her too, if possible. But there are so many hurdles in the way.
瀬宮さん、あなた何も反省してませんわね。今説明した内容は以前と何も変わっていないじゃありませんこと。
当然です。
万博に出たいからお金をくださいなんて言い分が通用すると思っているのですか。
She's got a good point.
ましてやロボ部はここ最近結果を出していない。あの図体ばかり大きいロボットだって
正義の巨大ロボットガンバレル試作1号機、通称はガンツク1です。
何でもよろしいですわ。そのロボットだってもう8年も作り続けているのに
だからそれをあと半年で完成させるために部品を。
2人しか部員がいないのではここで部品を出しても無駄に終わるに決まっています。
そんなことないです。必ず完成させます。
根拠はありますの？
根性で。
お話になりません。そもそもあんな大きなロボットである必要はないでしょう。もっと学生らしい身の丈に合ったものを作るべきですわ。それなら瀬宮さんが要求したような過剰な部品も必要なくなり。
それでもガンツク1はロボ部の汗と涙の結晶なんです。あの子を万博に持っていくのがうちの夢なんだ。これは絶対に譲れません。
わからない子ですね。
Oh my god. She's pulling it on the vice president. Why would she do that? Oh my god.
なんですって？
Oh, here we go.
アキちゃんどさくさに紛れて何言ってんの？
I know Akio can get emotional. I know plenty well how strong her feelings are for the Robot Club. But this isn't how we win over the vice principal. The two of them glare at one another. If I'm not careful, I'll get dragged into their beef. The teachers seem to agree as the faculty room is silent.
では瀬宮さん、こうしましょう。
Unexpectedly, the one to break the silence is the vice principal.
ロボット研究部としてまず結果を出しなさい。
結果？
ロボ部創設当時、あなたのお姉さんはまず結果を出して同好会を正式な部へと昇格させたのですから、あなたもそれに習うべきでしょう。
Oh crap, I got a bad feeling about this.
長深田先生。
Oh no.
はい。
At the sound of the vice principal's sharp voice, Michi, dozing off at his own seat, jumps to his feet. He basically tumbles his way over to the vice principal's desk.
京都先生、なんでしょう？
先日先生がおっしゃっていたロボットの大会についてもう一度説明してください。
あ、再来週の日曜日に東京でロボワンが開催されます。
もちろん瀬宮さんたちもご存知ですね。
Robo 1 is a hobby robot competition. Entrants from all over Japan pit their robots against each other in combat. Its history goes back over 15 years, and due to the high robot boom, broadcasts of Robo 1 get high viewership ratings. The year that the Robot Club began as a student association, they won the championship in their debut appearance. That victory is what the vice principal was referencing earlier. That was the great thing that Misane did, convincing the school to promote the association into a club. Although these days, it's just a past glory that will remain forever out of reach.
それに出ろと？
その通りです。ただし出るだけではなく優勝してきなさい。それが結果を出すということですわ。結果を出したなら瀬宮さんの請求している部費について学校としてもきちんと検討します。
Basically, we gotta follow Misane's, like, steps and say, like, hey, we can actually do the competition. The vice principal clears her throat, seemingly creating a dramatic pause on purpose. We gotta win the competition! I see, that's her aim, huh? Pretty underhanded tactics for an adult, I gotta say. No, don't scrap the robot! It's been worked on for 8 years!
いや、それはさすがに。
やります。
What?
優勝すればいいんですね。 約束しましたよ。絶対に守ってくださいよ。
もちろんですわ。ロボ部こそ条件はきちんと守りなさい。
It's impossible. Robo 1 isn't the same as the Misane competed. Plus, neither me nor Akio has ever been in a competition like that. In other words, this whole situation was manufactured specifically to crush us.
優勝はさすがに。
話は以上です。
End of discussion. She swats me down like I'm a fly. I look toward Michi for help. However, he's standing at attention and grimacing. Wait, are his eyes closed? You damn traitor. What a useless advisor.
失礼します。
Akio bows deeply and exits with squared shoulders.
失礼しました。
I leave the savage atmosphere of the faculty room and take a deep breath. This is real bad, I think to myself as I rub my exceedingly empty stomach. Akio still has a stern expression on her face, standing with her fists clenched tight. I don't want Akio to push herself too hard. Neither of us are in the physical condition for that.
アキちゃん、とりあえずさ、お腹空かない？
絶対
I'll win no matter what.
無理でしょ。いくらなんでも。
How could we possibly just show up and win? I saw the New Year's Eve tourney online and the robots were all incredible. Robo 1 isn't something you can just join and win on a whim. We have literally nothing working in our favor right now.
無理だってアキちゃん。ゴーノーゴー判断はノーゴーだ。
I repeat myself just to confirm it.
ロボ部はもう終わりさ。ここまでよく持った方だよ。
I want Akio to give up. There's nothing wrong with taking it easy.
諦めたら叶う夢も叶わなくなるよ。
だってそもそもホビーロボットなんて俺たち持ってないでしょうが。
おお。
I can tell by the look on her face that she's finally realized that simple fact.
本当に何も考えずに共闘の条件を飲んだわけね。
カイ、どうしたらいいか
Now she's realizing it.
いや、俺に。
やる気なし人間。このままじゃ廃部なのに。ダメだ。諦めない。大丈夫。なんとかなる。うちは無駄に前向きなのが唯一の取り柄なんだから。
Akio slaps both her cheeks in an attempt to pump herself up as she tries to convince herself it'll all be okay. In the middle of the hallway, she suddenly thrusts her fist into the air. Not happening. It's way too embarrassing. Everyone around us is giving us looks. Some recognize us as the Robot Club and immediately understand.
俺に一緒にやらせたいなら、キルバラで勝負。
しないし。
しなくていいなら俺、昼飯買ってくるから。あんじゃ。
My stomach is at its limit, so I leave Akio and hurry off.
元気一発、頑張れー。
Okay, I think this is where I'm going to pause, and I think I'm going to finish because it's been about almost 2 hours now. So I want to see what Cody's doing too. I think he's getting ready to get to the next door. So I do appreciate the follows and the Prime subs also. Swimming for refollowing, Bubulo, J Gold with the Prime, Brenna Wolf following, and Swimming too with the sub. Yay. So thanks for coming out, guys. Let me just make sure I can save this game. Okay, I can save the game. And it's 8:34. Is it 8:34? Yeah, it's 8:34. Okay, so I'm going to end the stream now. I'll send us over to Cody here and get this going here for us. DS Koopa. There we go. Good night. Good night.